Well, I'm out here, not working on the house today. I'm doing some farm work. I need the excavator to get the work done. And my plan was to jump in the excavator and go pull some stumps. But since I had a little trouble with it last time, I wanted to just check to see if there was any water condensation in the fuel tank. And diesel will get water condensing at the bottom of the tank. There's a little petcock up inside there underneath the tank that you turn. When you turn that, water will come out, and you let it come out until you get fuel. Well, that's what I'm doing, and I'm kind of shocked because all of that water that's right there has come out of the diesel tank. I have an enormous amount of water that is condensed at the bottom of that diesel tank. So I've got to let it drain basically until we get to the point where I've got diesel. Because right now that's just water. That's crazy. I haven't done it in a while. In fact, it's probably been 6 months. So that's on me. I should be doing this once a month. I've never seen it like that before. I'm amazed this thing was running. Well, there has been a change of plans. Because of the amount of water that I pulled out of there, I looked down inside the tank and my fuel is very cloudy. That means I have water contamination in my fuel. Running that is a bad idea. It could damage my machine, damage the engine. That is while it's old, it's very expensive to fix. So I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is get hold of some water decontamination devices this week, get those into that fuel tank and help pull some of that water out of the fuel so that I can take care of it. In the meantime, I'm gonna go jump in the tractor and do some cutting. Hey y'all, welcome back. We are working on a couple of things today. I got one primary thing we'll be working on this afternoon. As you can see, we've got some things going on here with some totes. This is for firewood storage. I've gone ahead and cut up the baskets that were inside of those and got rid of them. This one's flipped upside down because there was a little bit of rust. I scrubbed it off and painted it. I just wanted to do the best I could to make it last as long as possible. We're going to go ahead and cut those up, but that's not going to happen today. That might happen this weekend. I'm going to be going inside the house and working on something. Had an issue come up with the stairs that I put in. Somebody pointed something out to me. So somebody mentioned about doubling the joists that are in there. I looked it up on the code. If they were 2x6s, it would make sense to double them. 2x8s, 2x10s. These are 2x12s, so I don't think I have to double them, according to the things that I read. If y'all know better, you can go ahead and put it in the comments, but it doesn't really matter because I'm doubling them anyway. And my whole reason for that is when we get the inspection, I don't want to have available things for the inspector to look at and say, hey, you need to do this, or hey, you need to do this before you can move forward. I want to have already done it. I'm going to knock it out. I've already got the lumber, picked that up this week. So my objective on one side here is to take out the blocking that's in there and sister up those joists. So I've got double joists on both sides of the stairs. That's it. And this, since I'm done painting it and it's dried, I'm gonna go ahead and flip it back over. And so tomorrow I'm gonna come in here and prime and paint that. So here's what I'm talking about. We got this pull down stairs put in here. We're very pleased with the way it went in. Nice and strong, works great, but had somebody mention to me that I should be looking to double up right here on this joist. As I said, I did the research on it. Structurally, I don't see how this could be a problem the way it is right now, but I am going to eliminate the possibility of there being any problems by doing it. I am not doubling the headers. I just can't see any good reason to do that. It makes absolutely no sense. Now, maybe I'll be proven wrong and there'll be a problem during the inspection, but I don't think so. So to get this done, the first thing I need to do is cut these blocks out. These blocks right here, they're going to be in the way for me to put up another joist. So I'm going to go ahead and take these 3 blocks out on this side, get this joist up. Once it's up, I'll go face the other one. Let's see if I can do anything about this. And I'm probably going to want some hearing protection because it's probably really, really going to be loud. There we go. There we are. That's one right there. Came out pretty slick. Now, I gotta tell you, this is one of those things that I wish that I wish I'd have known before we started, because if that was the case, I wouldn't have put this piece of wood in here. I would have put the 2 joists on the inside here, which would have taken up that space, and we'd be good.
I was having difficulty getting the joists up next to the other ones, so I put a camphor on the edge with the planer, went up in the attic, loosened all the screws to the decking, put them in, and then when I was done, I went back up there and put the decking back down.
Now it's sitting right here on top of this. You only need 1.5 inches sitting on top of the wall. Now that would be the actual load-bearing wall, not the OSB or any kind of plywood. So we would only need to extend 1.5 inches, but this is the full 3 inches of that top plate. It's all the way in, 100% both here and on that side. And I'm just going to check it a little bit more down the line. Then I'm going to nail it in, and we will be good to go. Good size trim.
I think this side.
Wrong. I know you do.
No.
Because I can see the curve. That's the ground.
I had a 50-50.
No, that's the crown, most definitely.
Well, I had a 50-50, so I picked the other side.
You can't guess.
Well, I still don't see it, but that's okay.
That's a hassle. I didn't think about that. Because I have this. Alright. I have these two joists overlapped, and that's completely acceptable. I just need to put a spacer in between this one, a couple places going along. And at the end, I need to have a spacer. So I gotta get up there with a pry bar. There we go. Hold that nice and snug. That's why I love these things. These things are awesome. The only problem is it's 4.5 inches, and I got a choice. Do I do a 4-inch or a 5 1/16? So I had to go with a 5 1/16. Well, starting to get a little bit dark. Light transmission into the house from outside isn't very good, and I've already cut the power. But I've got those joists in there, sistered up. Got an extra joist there, extra joist there. That is plenty of support. Should be no problem, should be good for the inspection. And I'll come in here tomorrow, cut the blocks, put the blocks back in place, and we'll do the same thing over on the other side. That really only took about 2 hours, so that's not too bad.
Okay.
That's it for tonight. We're gonna go home. I got a couple days this weekend. We're gonna be up here hitting it hard. Working only on the house, well, mostly on the house. There's always something to do on the farm.
I need water.
Water?
Yes.
She needs me to bring some water up here for the plants. So I'll be working mostly on the house. We'll see y'all then.
Good night.
Hey, baby. Savannah. Of all the times. I'm trying not to bust myself up.
Hi.
Hey.